Every video we make for the rest of the season is now going to be scrutinized under the guise of what would this look like in season 3. We got a very interesting ending to this key, and it's kind of sad that it ends the way it does. But the whole time I'm watching it unfold, I'm thinking, how is this going to work in season 3? What are people going to say or do to each other to convince them to leave? Or yeah, whatever we think. Let's take a look at this right here. So we're joining the group in progress because this is when things apparently start to become a video worthy. We didn't actually record the beginning, but seems nothing happened. We got 2 dots. We're destroying this key. This is an 11. This was from a while ago. Again, kind of going back and forth. The only thing of note that has happened thus far is this hunter has something to say about the way they were pulling the trash just then. He says, "Go boss bro. Hello." I guess hello Elo. I don't know what that is. Elo. He's thinking about League already. We're talking about League with the disband system. But yeah, we got a bit of an all-star group. We got a Russian bear druid. We've seen a lot of wild stuff from both of those factors. And then we have a evoker named Dragon Man Nuts, I think is probably how you would say that. Could be Dragon Man Uts, like the potato chips. Love their sour cream and onion ruffles. If you guys have access to them, give them a try. They're like the best tasting textured potato chip out there. So anyway, down to the final part of the dungeon, absolutely nothing going wrong. This is like a super clean run, and this is why we're talking about it, because you would think that if there was going to be a hot ending, it would be because of a hot start or some tensions that kind of fly in the beginning cause the ending to boil over. But from what we can tell here is absolutely nothing gone wrong, absolutely nothing negative being said. We've been taking like a very slow, conservative pace through this dungeon. Okay, so we're gonna pull this pack. Obviously, you know some things are gonna go wrong. Okay, so it begins here. All right, so we're gonna pull this pack. It dies like super quick. Usually a lot of people are trying to like combine these. All right, so that cast goes out, I guess. I don't even know what that is. It's like a healer debuff that you're supposed to, what, dispel or get off somehow? I'm not even sure what that is, but that's gonna go off as this mob is dying. All right, so pay attention to how we combine the packs here. Actually, really pay attention to the health pool of everybody. But everybody's like totally full health right now. This would be the perfect time to do it. Instead, we do it as Feasting Void goes out. I guess everybody is running ahead, and we kind of get a little bit, you know, left behind there, and the guy just like walks into his death. Let's watch that again. Full health. Everybody 100% health, including the tank. The mechanic goes off. The tank just sprints ahead. It's getting like pelted out there, just getting destroyed by whatever he's pulling there. And then everybody else kind of falls over. We have the debuff doing a bunch of damage. Not sure what you would say about this one. I think this is just on the tank. I think you just chill for a second here. I don't know. Maybe you just totally didn't expect it, but I just can't get over these tanks who just like run into their own death. Like it always cracks me up. Like if you did not have a plan to survive that, I don't know why you would pull it like that, because really the healer's out of range for like 2 globals total, and you managed to die in that time span. Now, to their credit, the comments that start now are not ones that you would expect to break up a key. It's actually, everything's still quite calm. Everybody's like a little jovial still, having a good time. The only comment we get is from the guy with the ridiculous childish name. He says weird, which is definitely a good way to describe it, I think, when you run into your own death like that. Oh, I'm sorry, there's another comment. The druid says, sorry, lag. What was the lag? Come on, brother. Tell me you were really lagging there. Tell me what the lag was. You moved your character into a pack and died. Where were you lagging? Anyway, also in that moment, the hunter, I don't know what that is, says some kind of macro or spam or something, maybe a response to somebody else saying something. In a key/raid at the moment, I can grab it once I'm done if it's not urgent. I have no idea what that is. Perhaps something that is responding to somebody trying to get him to craft something. I have no idea what that is. But anyway, that's not relevant. We're going to continue on with the dungeon. They are still upgrading this key easily. 10 minutes left here on 11. Again, this was a while ago too, so this is actually going really well. Fighting this pack, bunch of swirls. I mean, obviously you need to dodge this shit. Demon Hunter didn't know about that, and we are again going to chain pull into the next pack without the Demon Hunter. Perhaps tensions rising in some people's minds, but yeah, if they were, they're not showing it currently. Pack looking really hard to heal though. We're struggling a bit, I think, maybe to keep everybody up. That's surprising. I mean, yeah, I'm really shocked to see how low everybody's sitting. Demon Hunter makes it back, almost dies again just from the lack of healing, and we're putting Spirit Link down. It's barely saving people, barely scraping by here. Would you guys say that this is a hard healing dungeon? We've seen a few reviews of this dungeon now, and it always does seem like the healer struggles a little bit, but I don't know. As the tank, I don't feel like there's a lot of healing outside of stuff that's interruptible. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna fight the boss now. I've not actually seen the boss not pull there before. That's kind of funny. The Russian bear says something in Russian. I don't know what that says. ECTB, I guess it's not a B, but whatever. He says that. Then pulls the boss, and now we're off. Always looks a little chaotic. You see how far the tank is, but the healer has to actually stay there and kill the pillar with the mechanic or whatever, so he can't actually heal the tank. Bit of a recipe for disaster. Everybody's all spread out. We got the affix going on. Yeah, this fight must suck on low keys. I think it's probably one of the worst fights in the game on low keys. We don't actually have Bloodlust up for it, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's gonna still get burned pretty well. The whole time I feel like the group is like a little unsteady on breaking these pillars. People are moving to them last second. People are kind of all stacked up a little bit here on this right side. These guys are pretty close to each other. It makes me think like, man, they're probably gonna fail this. I just can see it coming, but they do have another burn here. We're gonna be pushing them really low here at this point. Bloodlust is now active. Notice that the affix is also up, okay? So we have the affix over there. Everybody's kind of just ignoring it. I don't know, this key must absolutely suck on low levels. This is insane. All right, so they're just gonna let it go off, I think, right? Or does it? Or I think it might die. Okay, it might die. I'm not exactly sure if it goes out. I guess it doesn't, but there's a comment because of that, I suppose. Is that what that is? I have no idea what that is. He just says bro and then types like a million other characters as well, and the bear druid is just typing laughing face. Yeah, again, really I feel like they're unsettled on this mechanic, and here it comes right here. Pay attention to this. The evoker positions like he's gonna get that one, and then the hunter goes to a different one, but the evoker didn't get the one he positioned for. Let's see if we can see that happen. So here they are positioning like they're both thinking about getting that one, right? So you see the hunter leaves that position, but you can already tell right now that the evoker is not in position to hit that. I think it's obvious. Like, yeah, we turn it and look at it. That's like a yard away from it at least. Like you got to move closer. That should be pretty obvious. It is not going to get off. Okay, so they are actually going to have the ad spawn. It's kind of crazy because it doesn't spawn immediately after the circle goes away. I didn't even realize that. It's like a tease. It's like, oh man, are we actually okay here? Oh no, it's gone. So now the evoker dies to melees from the ad spawning, which I mean inevitable. Probably you're not going to survive this. I'm not exactly sure what happens with this ad. I think if everybody switched to it really hard, you might be able to, but the druid's just like dragging it all around in circles. I guess he was going to res the guy, which he does, and now he's like just dragging it so severely that it's never going to die. So we have like a bunch of deaths, a bunch of chaos to this. I think the longer it's alive, the worse it is as well. And we do actually get it down. Yeah, it does look like it goes down, but the hunter dies as well. And now again, we have chaos. We got everybody on one side, and there's not going to, I mean, at this point it's over, I guess, anyway. But yeah, there's no coming back from this mistake, I guess. And so here we go. Here's the conversation that we were talking about from the beginning. How does that even happen, Evoker? Demon Hunter says, Jesus, bro. I guess Biro. Who's that? The guy from Dragon Ball? Jesus, Beerus, Mr. Hunter. Did you see a fix? First of all, I love the way the guy spells it. A-F-I-K-S. At first time I read that, I was like, what is he trying to type? And then I realized he's saying a fix, which is absolutely amazing. The hunter says, it wasn't me. A fix isn't the issue here, you pleb. He responds to, because the Demon Hunter is worked up that the affix was like not getting killed during the second burn, but that has nothing to do with why they died. It's like totally irrelevant. The Demon Hunter says, yeah, anyway, please kill him. And the hunter says, we should have never had that crystal, and then just leaves the party. Just leaves the party without like any other comment being made. The Dragon My Nuts guy is actually taking credit for this. Like, what world are we living in? He says, it was me. I missed the ad even though I thought I was on it. It was in a puddle. I just thought I was on it and I wasn't. That's respectable. Yeah, I think you could kind of tell, but I think he's probably not paying attention fully. And yeah, it is kind of hard to see maybe the outline because of the puddle. But the druid, he says, on my way, fucking idiot on Gunt. I don't even know what these people are saying anymore. Now, this is a very interesting comment from the evoker. He says, that's why you don't flame, Demon Hunter. We could have killed it and overtimed, but now your friend doesn't get his weekly, which I have no idea what that's referring to. That's a very interesting statement. I don't know who's together, who's friends here. We don't get to see the beginning of the key, but I guess there's more going on here than we realize. So when I started doing the spreadsheet, I always would call this a mutual disband if we got to the last boss and wiped and then the timer was over, because almost nobody is going to stay. But when they would argue like this, I would then instead call that mutual. I would call that an argumentative disband. You know what I mean? Because it does feel like everybody is going to agree to stop. But the way they're disagreeing upon the actual situation happening there, it makes me wonder what this would look like in season 3. Do you think everybody would agree to stop here? Or do you think something else would happen? Like, do you think because of the pettiness that's going on in the chat, somebody might try to prevent others, right? The whole idea of like the hostage situation, right? They can just kill kill the boss, though. I mean, if everybody just calms down. I have no idea why the hunter leaves. It's like no idea why the hunter leaves. The fact that the evoker is calling out the demon hunter for bringing up the affix is like really weird. It doesn't even make sense. First of all, it doesn't make sense why he brings it up, but that's not flaming. Like, what are you talking about? He did not flame anybody, you know what I mean? I think there's simply a lot of weird and strange behavior that goes on in the Mythic Plus Pug world, and this new system is going to be a bit of an eye-opener for these people. When you can't just treat each other like trash and expect to walk out of the dungeon with no repercussions, things are going to start getting a lot different. I'd be very, very interested to see like how that tempers social dynamics and what impact that actually has on people's behavior, especially in a key like that where 30 minutes is perfect and then the last few minutes is flaming. So anyway, we're waiting really patiently for season 3. We did a bunch of PTR testing this week and more to come hopefully in the coming weeks. If you guys are out there doing keys and wacky stuff's happening, please make sure you record them and send them in. Otherwise, we got a lot more to make this season, so I can't wait to see what comes. Thanks for watching. We will see you guys in the next one.